Good evening and welcome to the GBYLA championship game between the Mountain Brook Spartans and the Vestavia Rebels. Seems to be a nice night here. At Hoover Stadium. We're getting ready to kick off. Fortunate for those of you only of you heard me during the season on the Mountain Brook cast. We have someone up here from Vestavia. We've got Vaughn Frost, Jack Walthall, and William Greer in the middle. On the defense, looks like we have Harrison Baxley, Jack Donahue, and Miller Brooks. Face off, like I said. Looks like Mountain Brook will come away with all the chaos there in the middle. On offense, you have what looks like Sam Smith, William Greer, Evans Oliver, Charles Oliver. Coming on, looks like you have Eli Bear and Truman Lee.
Number 9, Warren Ainsworth. Let's see, on playing pole tonight. Got Hill Hewen, number 14. That's number 47, Kyle Poole. 49, Will Bond.
Will Bond is out there on Evans Oliver right now. Really pushing the defense out, pushing Evans out to the sideline. Mountain Brook seems to be content right now to kind of find a matchup that they like. Eli Bear took that shot, bounced in front of the goal. Goal made a great save there.
Great save, Carson Schick.
Carson's a young guy. I think he's a 10th grader, maybe. I can't remember, but I think we've played with him in the past.
Number 13, Jane Shashin on the shot.
So at Mountain Brook on defense, we have Jack Walthall, there's Hayden Devanere, Jack Donahue, Harrison Baxley, all keeping
Looks like number 12, Riley Pierce with the score.
He's really fast.
Vestavia taking an early lead, but if the day's the same as last year, it's going to be a fight to the end, right?
That's right. It comes and goes in bunches is the way I've always kind of described it through the year. And we saw Riley did very well for Vestavia in the last matchup between the two of them here. He scored, I think, 4 or 5 goals. Looks like Mountain Brook's going to win the face-off. William Greer took that shot. I think that was, I always say it takes about 6 seconds from the time the face-off goes to time if they run it right and score, and that was about 6 seconds. So that was as close to it. Doesn't take long. So
Braden Belsky, number 11 on the face-off for Vestavia.
And I think he's up against Vaughn Frost there in the middle. I think Vestavia's going to get called for covering the ball up right there, and they're going to award possession to Mountain Brook. Looks like Mountain Brook brought on Eli Bear and Archie Andrews.
Hill Hewen, number 14, coming in for Vestavia.
Mountain Brook again will kind of work that ball around the top of the box, see if they can find a matchup that they like. Had a good pass, it just couldn't quite handle that.
Will Bond getting the ball back to the goalie, sending it downfield.
Vestavia gets their touch inside the box right there, so all is good, and then we'll look to, again, try to set it up. Eli Bear's playing on number 23.
23 is Owen Scott.
Vestavia Heroes, goal, Owen Scott.
Dives back to his, I guess his left and shoots and scores for about, it looks like at least 15 yards. So that's a good shot down low. Makes the score 2-1 Vestavia with 8 minutes and 52 seconds to go in the first period.
Number 11, Braden Belsky in for Vestavia on faceoff.
Going up against Von Frost. We get Jack Walthall on this side, Hayden Devanere on the other.
Vestavia gets the faceoff.
Defense right now for Mount Brook. You got Hayden Devanere with a short stick in his hand, and Von Frost that stays on the field.
Goal, Vestavia Heroes, goal, Owen Scott.
That makes it 3-1 Mount Brook with 8:19 to go in the first period. As I've said, they come and go in bunches, right? It's
That's right. Tell you what, we're in for a treat tonight.
It's going to be enjoyable. I think it might have been a timeout on the field. Referees will probably do their normal. Well, it's one stick. I'm not sure. Get a timeout, and the referees will do a stick check. Probably a requested stick check from the Mountain Brook coaches, since there's only one in there.
Check comes away clean.
Yep. Probably a little mind thing, a little mind game going on there. They'll play a little, see what's going on, maybe slow it down a little bit, see what's happening, but also wins that face-off again. That Owen Belsky is against, we said earlier, is that right?
Braden Belsky.
Braden Belsky, I'm sorry. Yeah. Looks like Vestavia will throw it on the backside of the end zone. Mountain Brook will gain possession here. Harrison Baxley will throw it back to Stutz Everett, who will push it over to Miller Brooks. Miller Brooks will pass it over to Jack Donahue. Ball goes out of bounds. Vestavia will take over possession.
Owen Scott bringing the ball in for Vestavia. Pass to number 1, Owen Bear.
Looks like Vestavia is content to kind of work that ball around the box a little bit, find the matchup that they're looking for.
Work it around, come up with your plan.
Yeah. Nice defense, nice slide by Mountain Brook there. Harrison Baxley and that group kind of did the slide the way they're supposed to. Nice save by Stutz. Ball picked up by Harrison, passed up to Eli Bear, who pushes the ball across the 50. Trips over that chalk on the field.
Very chaos on the field right now.
Yeah, Mountain Brook does. I mean, Vestavia's playing tough. Maybe get a timeout, maybe. I think Mountain Brook had the ball.
Timeout, Mountain Brook.
Yeah, so that's timeout from Mountain Brook. Again, Vestavia leads right now 3-1 with 6:43 to go in the first period. That's for those Mountain Brook fans. That's a little better than it started off the first game, where I think it was probably 5-0 before anybody blinked. So it's again, it'll be a competitive game, and I think all the guys are ready for it, either on both sides of the field. So
got a lot of game left to play.
Yeah, it goes by fast. It goes by fast if you're ahead, or if you're under, and then it goes by slow if you're on top. So it's right. There is a lot of game left. For me, I've been out here since about 1 o'clock today. We had the Vestavia girls going up against the Mountain Brook girls in the high school team. And the Mountain Brook girls ended up pulling that one out 8-5. That was a very tight game, very good game on both sides. The girls, and I think they ought to wear pads in some cases. They really go at it hard. So, all right, looks like the teams are back on the field. Looks like the referees are about ready to blow the whistle. They do. William Greer's got the ball on the far side for us. Looks like he's going to pass the ball up to Truman Lee, who's going to pass it over to Evans Oliver, and then Charles Oliver's on behind at X, and then you got Sam Smith there. There's Archie Andrews pick up that loose ground ball. Archie's going to bring it up top, probably see if he can get he's an 8th grader again. Going up against
Kyle Poole on coverage.
Sam Smith takes the ball back at X.
Whoa, Mountain Brook, go, Charles Oliver.
Looked like Vestavia collapsed on him, and which left Charles Oliver right open on the crease. And I'm sure there's a few nerves going on here as well in this first game, right? State championship game for some of these.
There's got to be.
First one for a lot of these young men, and but it's some of them are veterans, some of them have been here in the past.
Great thing about both of these programs, this is the first state championship for some of them and the last one for others.
You're correct. The referee's going to call a push and award the ball to Vestavia. Number 1 gets a touch there inside the box, and they'll look to, looks like Vestavia will exchange some players. Harrison Baxter again, that's another young man playing lacrosse. I think he's a 9th grader playing at the varsity level, again contributing very early in his career. So Stutz will pass it up to Archie Andrews. Evans Oliver took that shot, just a little bit wide.
Bringing it across midfield. Over to number 1, Owen Bear.
And Harrison Baxter looks to keep Riley outside the box right now, keeps him away from that goal.
Number 7, Vince Visser coming in for Vestavia.
Here right now.
They're taking it in.
Go, Vestavia Hills, go, Owen Bear.
3:19. Vestavia goes back up by 2, 4-2. We get 3 minutes and 19 seconds left to go in the first period. Good crowd out tonight.
Great crowd.
Man. I do think the Vestavia fans have the Mountain Brook fans outnumbered, though, it looks like.
It may be the horns.
It may be the horn. players come up on that one. Probably wish they had back.
Yeah.
Truman Lee probably took that shot. Probably wishes he had that one back over again. I'll hear about that one tonight. Looks like Mount Brook turns it over, throws it out of bounds. Vestavia's going to pick it up, and it's like Vestavia's going to call timeout on this one right here.
Timeout, Vestavia Hill.
So again, with 2:28 to go, Vestavia leads 4-2 in the first period. Again, good turnout. Like I said, if you want to come out here and watch two of the elite programs in the state tonight, right now, here at the championship game, come on out. Enjoy the game. It does cost $10 to get in, and I heard they had some pretty good Chick-fil-A sandwiches over there in the corner. You can pay by cash or by Venmo, so come on out and enjoy some lacrosse.
Got a great crowd here tonight, but if you feel like coming out, we'll make some room for you.
Yes, there's a couple seats open that you can squeeze you in, but it's good. Looks like the teams are walking back out on the field here. Vestavia will have possession of the ball. Defense kind of setting up for the Mount Brook teams. Like you have Jack Donahue, Jack Walthall, Hayden Devonier, Miller Brooks, Vaughn Frost, and Harrison Baxley, Miller Brooks. And Vestavia's working that ball around the box. Some nice crisp passes. Now they'll look to set something in motion. The ball might have been deflected a little bit. Did it look like it was deflected?
I believe so. Vince Visser's shot from way outside. I think it came right back to him.
Nice dodge by Riley, and I think it was probably a better save by Stutz. That was point blank range right there.
Great save by the goalie there. Number 12, Riley Pierce, making the shot.
Did a lot to get open and get in front of the crease like that.
1 minute, 1 minute.
You hear the announcer in the booth. We had 1 minute left in the first period, and 4-2 Vestavia. Vestavia will look to set something up. Probably, maybe even wait to take the last shot.
Zane Shasheen with the ball. Ball goes down. Shot by Zane Shasheen.
Very good play by Mount Brook to knock that ball loose, and then Vestavia did a better job of recovering it. And scores.
Owen Dale with the shot.
Referees are talking right now. get an indication that it was a goal or what it was. Goal does not count.
Taking the point off the board.
Referee seemed to be explaining something to Coach Catenacci on the Mountain Brook side.
Push on Mountain Brook, number 13, 30-second penalty.
Mountain Brook will have a 30-second penalty. I believe it's on Vaughn Frost. Again, Vestavia seems to be content to hold the ball right here, and they'll take it over in the second period. So, looks like
At the end of the first quarter, your score, Vestavia Hills 4 and Mountain Brook 2.
Teams are going to reset. We're going to reset. They're going to change sides and start the clock.
Fans, there are Chick-fil-A sandwiches and state championship t-shirts available for sale.
All right, we're back here. It
State
looks like it's getting ready to start the second period. Mountain Brook is still a man down. Vestavia tried a hide the ball behind X. Ball was tipped and intercepted. Mountain Brook will push the ball back up across the 50. Hayden Devonair with a short stick again. We'll give it over to Evans Oliver, who will pass it back to Charles Oliver. No relation, for those of you listening first time. Again, Mountain Brook will substitute a few players here and there. Eli Bear is at the top of the box with the ball. We'll give it back up to William Greer, and then back over to Archie Andrews. As it works it down to the bottom of the box, over to X. Charles Oliver has it. William Greer looked to dodge and work around, but I think the defense collapsed on him, realizing he's one of the main goal scorers here on the Mountain Brook team. Evans Oliver will look to dodge right. Pass it back over to Sam Smith. Sam will give it over to Archie Andrews. Archie looked to dodge from X. Was a shot, but Mountain Brook did not go out of bounds, deflected. Good defense by Vestavia, putting their stick up there and deflecting that ball.
Number 49 defending that, Will Bond.
Tough angle for that shot, but good save by number 3, the goalie for Vestavia. Nice shot by Vestavia. It does go a little bit high. Vestavia is closest as the ball goes out of bounds, so they will retain possession.
Shot by Zane Shasheen misses. Goes out of bounds. Covered by Mountain Brook.
Stutz have it. Has it. He'll look to walk the ball up. We'll see if he passes it up to William Greer, who takes it across the 50. So nice clear by Mountain Brook. Sam Smith looked to pass the ball. No one in the vicinity, though. At least they weren't looking for the ball. William Greer rushes back and picks it up. Mountain Brook will look to reset.
Good defense by number 24, Cam Poe, Vestavia.
Sam Smith picks pass the ball to Sam Smith. Sam Wisely backs it out.
Wilbon picking him up there.
Yeah, good defense by Vestavia to kind of collapse in, push him the other way. Evans Oliver took that shot. Again, it's a little bit high. Mountain Brook was closest, so they'll retain possession. Charles Oliver looks to dodge. Passes up the top to Truman Lee. Truman will give it back over to Evans Oliver. Evans will look to set something up, possibly dodge, create an opportunity.
Double teamed by Vestavia. Wilbon comes up with the ball.
Vestavia Hill.
Second time out of the half. Is that right? I think they called their second one. So that's the, each team gets 2 timeouts in each half. Again, it's still 4-2 with 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the second period. Looks like I get a lot of young lacrosse players out here as well in the audience, in the stands, cheering on their high school people they look up to at this game. Probably, hopefully one day they'll be in the same game as they.
That's right, making their plans to be out here.
That's right.
6 or 7 years from there, stopping.
And it's a growing sport here in the state of Alabama, so it's very fortunate that we've been involved with it for quite a while, and but just to see the growth in the sport and the young men and women who come on the field and really enjoy the game, and I think it'll only grow the sport a little bit more here as we over the next couple of years, and we'll see what happens if it becomes still a club type sport, or if it moves to the high school where it's a sanctioned sport by the Alabama High School Athletic Association.
For the schools that do field team, more schools.
Need to introduce it to a few more communities and a few more school districts, and hopefully they'll latch on to it. It's enjoyable to watch, and a little different than what we here in the South are used to from football and baseball, right? It's a little bit different. But so referee blows the ball back in play. Again, both teams are at full strength here. Vestavia again is content to work that ball around the box to find a matchup that they're looking for right now. Pushes it back up the top of the box. Riley's going to look to dodge on number 34, which he does.
Riley Pierce with the shot. Good score.
Riley Pierce.
So just like that, out of that timeout, Brandy Nace drew up a pretty good play. And it Vestavia goes up 5-2 with 6:26 to go. So we have Vaughn Frost for Mountain Brook coming back on the field at faceoff. Truman Lee on this side, and I think Jack Walthall on the other. Vaughn will win the faceoff, get a touch inside the box. Give it back up to Truman Lee, who will let a few players. Looks like Mountain Brook will exchange a few players.
So we've got Kyle Poole coming in for Vestavia. Nice save by goalie, number 3, Carson Schick.
William Greer took that shot from a little bit far out possibly, but like I said, got to test that goalie, kind of see where he's at. And Carson's played some good goalie this year.
Riley Pierce bringing the ball down.
Picks up that loose ground ball and looks to, I guess, let Vestavia kind of get settled just a little bit, and then set up a play for their team. We'll see if it goes back through Riley. I think most of the plays have started with Riley, and see what he can do.
Again, Vestavia passing it around, trying to get the look that they've planned for. Zane Shasheen with a shot from outside. Number 23, Owen Scott, getting the recovery and shooting it in and scoring.
Yeah, I think we used to call that the trash around the goal, right?
That's
You got to be ready, and they were ready, and man, they picked it up, and you never know where the ball's going to bounce or where it's going to fall, and
right place, right time.
That's right. That's a lot going on. So good for again, a lot going on, a lot happening. Vestavia is able to pick it up and convert. It extends their lead 6-2 with 4:51 to go in the second period.
Braden Belsky taking the face-off for Vestavia. Kicking it out to number 24, Cam Poe.
Ball goes back to X there at Riley. You got Harrison Baxley on playing defense on him.
Number 5, Luke Knight entering the game from the sideline. Nice pass from number 13, Zane Shasheen, to number 1, Owen Bear for the score.
Again, they do come in bunches, and Vestavia again extends their lead by up to 5, 7-2 to go, or 7-2 with 4:06 to go in the second period. Number 31, Eli Bear comes in on this side. You got again Vaughn Frost taking the face-off. Number 11 for Vestavia is doing a great job with the face-offs tonight and winning. Has won several.
He's one of the younger kids for Vestavia that's really making an impact on the team this year.
Mountain Brook did a pretty good job there by keeping him out of the box. Going to get a ward. The ball will go back to Vestavia. I think we're going to get I think Mountain Brook calls timeout, though, just before.
Timeout, Mountain Brook.
before the ball, this referee on this side blows it dead and turns it back over. So use of a good timeout, but that is their second timeout. So no, the teams do not have any more timeouts left in this half.
Got 3 minutes and 40 seconds left till halftime.
Vestavia has come out to a very good lead here. They're against 7-2 with a little over 3.5 minutes, 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go before halftime. Mountain Brook's will try to keep it a little bit closer, not try to dig themselves out of a hole as they did in that first game during the season. So kind of see what happens here is, again, very timely timeout for Mountain Brook to keep possession of the ball because it was going towards Vestavia. See what Coach Catenacci draws up to kind of to work against that very, very good, very aggressive Vestavia defense right now. Archie Andrews gets a touch inside the box for Mountain Brook. Gives it off to Sam Smith.
Drew Vercher on the field.
Sam will pass it back to Charles Oliver, who again will pass it over to William Greer. William Greer took that shot from about 10, 11 yards. Does go just wide, and fortunately we had Mountain Brook had Charles Oliver back there at X and closest to the ball before as it went out of bounds. Mountain Brook will turn the ball over on a pass from William Greer to Charles Oliver. Vestavia makes a real clear real quickly.
Zane with the shot and score there. Great pass from number 7, Vince Visser.
Good fast break from Vestavia right there and moving that ball. I think Mountain Brook got caught a little bit out of position, but again, very good ball movement by Vestavia. Taking that shot, and again, it's now 8-2 with 2:35 to go in the second period. Mountain Brook will have Von Frost in the middle, blanketed by Eli Bear, and looks like Jack Walthall on the other side.
Will Bond coming up with the ball, getting it into the box.
I think he had an open goal there. He was trying to take that shot and score.
He was trying to get to it.
Yeah, trying to take that shot and score as a long pole. That's I think his eyes probably got pretty big there as he saw that goal the way it was, no defender, and released it. But Vestavia works that ball on top of the box. Looks like on defense for Mountain Brook, there's Von Frost, Eli Bear, Jack Walthall, Jack Donahue, Miller Brooks, and Harrison Baxley. And then, of course, Stutz Everett in the cage.
Lefty Zane Shashin making another shot.
And that left hand of his is deadly. I've seen it during the summertime, and it's on a couple teams that we played on, and he is he's deadly with that shot.
Shot by Vince Visser misses. Mountain Brook is closest, so they have possession.
And old Harrison Baxley will give up to Stutz Everett, who will pass it back over to Harrison Baxley, who will look to push it forward. I think that's
1 minute in the half.
So Sam Smith has it top of the box, pass it over to Eli Bear. Evans Oliver, I think, has it there at the top. Probably dodge right, which he does. The referee is going to award the ball to Vestavia here. Looks like the Vestavia player stepped out of bounds. It's ball goes Eli Bear pass. I'm sorry, Evans Oliver passes over to Sam Smith, takes a shot, goes wide. Vestavia will look to work that ball in the fast break if they can with 15 seconds to go in the game, or in the half.
Goal, Vestavia Hills. Goal, Owen Bear.
Another shot and score by Owen Bear.
That's 9-2. That score looks familiar. I think that was the score at the halftime of the first game.
As fast as this game moves, I can guarantee you it won't stay that way for long.
Won't stay that way for long.
Braden Belsky reporting for face-off duty for Vestavia.
Up against Vaughn Frost. Again, Vaughn will have Hayden Devanere closest to us with Jack Walthall on the opposite side.
Moving a little early. Mountain Brook has possession.
At halftime, your score, Vestavia Hills 9 and Mountain Brook 2.
So, at the end of the second period, in the first half, Vestavia is up 9-2 over Mountain Brook. We'll take about a 10-minute break, let the teams regroup, and we'll come back with you here in just a moment. Let them change sides, and we'll see what happens.
Looking forward to another great half of lacrosse.
All right, we're back. Second half is about ready to start. Referee sets the face-off guys. Gets ready to blow the whistle.
Great Belsey's kicking it out.
Referee not sure what the call is, but it looks like Mountain Brook's going to be awarded the ball. Maybe Vestavia guy might have crossed the line a little early.
Yeah, I think they got a little excited.
So, looks like, again, just kind of recapping, Vestavia's got a 9-2 lead. By the way, I think that was the score of the first game at halftime of the first game. So, both teams are playing good, aggressive. Ball's just bounced Vestavia's way a little bit more this time. Take some good shots, playing good defense. Mountain Brook will hope to regroup and make a charge.
Vestavia gets the turnover. Gets it out to the new goalie in the cage, Jimmy Moxley.
Ooh, that ball went off the helmet of Stutz Everett, the goalie.
It was a great save on a shot by Brooks Belsky. Owen Bear with the shot and the score.
So looks like with 10:44 to go in the third period, it is 10-2 Vestavia. Mountain Brook's going to have to get it together real quickly, otherwise this again the clock will run. If the team gets to 10-goal lead, the clock will start to run and continually run, no matter what the score is the rest of the game, I believe. So Mountain Brook's going to have to get everything together and look together to put together a run. Mountain Brook does win that face-off. Vaughn does get a touch inside the box. Gives it over to Archie Andrews. Who passes it over to Sam Smith.
Hill Hewen entering play for Vestavia.
Sam will work it back towards that back corner. With the dodge from right at X, worked his way around the crease, rolls back, pushes that ball. Well, Mountain Brook will turn the ball over, looks like. Made that pass up to
Luke Knight bringing that ball across field, passing it over to Zane Shasheen. Zane's having a hard time with the Mountain Brook defense.
Mountain Brook steps out of bounds, turns the ball over.
Riley Pierce doing a good job for Vestavia, pushing him out of bounds there.
Riley was open there on the crease. Tried to make that pass, and I think Jack Donahue stuck his stick up and deflected that ball. Otherwise, it might have been another goal for Vestavia right there. Nice save by Stutz. Good
Great
shot.
save.
That's about 7-8 yards out. That ball gets there in a hurry.
It does.
Looks like the Vestavia player gets pushed out of bounds. Mountain Brook will take over possession. Trimley has the ball, brings it back over to brings it over, and then Mountain Brook will get a touch inside the box. Charles Oliver has it there at X. Passes it over to Evans Oliver.
Vestavia defense getting a little touchy out there.
Oh man, they're playing very good defense. I said it's playing very aggressive. Charles Oliver works his way around the crease and shoots the ball. I think that went through the 5-hole for the goalie there for Vestavia. So with 8 minutes to go in the third period, the score is 10-3, Vestavia.
Braden Belsky for Vestavia heading back for face-off. Vince Visser on the far side.
Vaughn Frost, William Greer, and Harrison Baxley there for Mountain Brook. Vestavia's going to win that face-off, pass it back.
Owen Scott getting it in the box.
Looks like you had Jack Donahue, William Greer, Vaughn Frost, Harrison Baxley, Hayden Devanere, and then Miller Brooks. Ball is deflected. Looks like Vaughn Frost picks it up, takes it across the midline, 50. Ball is knocked out of his hand, but he does recover. Ball looks like it goes around, touches multiple players. Vestavia does come up with a loose ground ball. Referees will stop the play. Not sure if it's a timeout or a flag. I didn't see a flag on the field. Oh, I do see a flag on the field, about the 32-yard line on the opposite front.
Vestavia Hill.
I see it now. Jerry, you're right. I didn't see it. I didn't see it thrown.
Yeah. Referees still continue to discuss.
Was called on Mountain Brook's number 55. That will be a 30-second penalty.
So the PA announcer says that it looks like the call is going to be on Mountain Brook for a 30-second penalty. So Mountain Brook will be a man down on defense. Looks like they'll have Jack Walthall, Jack Donahue, Vaughn Frost, Miller Brooks, and that may be Hayden Devanere on the other side.
Vestavia passing the ball around. Nice save by the Mountain Brook goalie there. Shot by Vince Visser.
The Vestavia player loses his stick, takes his time, walks over and picks it up, makes sure he does not get called for playing.
Goal, Vestavia Hill.
13, Zane Shashin.
She can take that shot, bounces that ball probably about the 14-yard line, and bounces right over Stutz Everett's shoulder. So it's 11-3 with 6:01 to go in the third period. Looks like we're going to have Truman Lee trot out there to take the face off, maybe give Vaughn a little break. Eli Bayer is going to be on this side, and on the opposite side for Mountain Brook will be Harrison Baxley.
Braden Belsky getting the face off, not holding on to it for too long.
Looks like there's going to be a flag on Vestavia there for probably just a shoulder into the Mountain Brook player.
We didn't miss that flag, did we?
No, that one that was closer.
We saw that one coming.
that was closer to us also, so we kind of saw that one. And
illegal body check on number 13 on Vestavia Hills. That will be 1 minute.
So Vestavia will be down for 1 minute for an illegal body check on Zane Shashin, number 13.
Jimmy Moxley getting ready in the goal for Vestavia.
Mountain Brook turns the ball over. Mountain Brook looks to double team number 1. Again, only because Vestavia is a man down. Looks like he comes on the field right now. So both teams are at full strength. Vestavia seems to be right now just let the play come to them. Looks like they're going to work it back, work across the top of the box, take their time. Again, trying to find the matchup that works best for them. Jackson will come out there. Jack Walthouse will come out on Vestavia's player. Vestavia looks to make a pass as a guy cutting across the crease, just a little bit wide, and Mountain Brook will take over. Stutz will bring it up. Passes it up to Eli Bayer, who will take it across the 50 and look to get a touch inside the box, which he does. Eli will give it off to William Greer. Truman Lee will look to come over and set a pick for Evans Oliver. Evans gets triple teamed, and the ball comes. Vestavia knocks the ball out of his stick.
Jimmy Moxley with the recovery, getting it out to Owen Bear. He's bringing it across midfield. Passing it down to Riley. Nice save by the Mountain Brook goalie.
Pushes it forward real fast. Nice ball movement by Mountain
Yeah,
Brook.
great movement by Mountain Brook.
Go Roscoe Bears. Excuse me, Mountain Brook. Go Roscoe Bears.
So score is now 11-4 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the third period. Vaughn Frost will trot out there for Mountain Brook to take the face off. He'll be blanketed by Truman Lee and Harrison Baxley.
Cam Poe and Vince Visser helping out on face-off.
Vestavia seems a little bit content to let things settle down just a moment. Let the players get set. Make sure they've got the right players in to run the play they're drawing up. Mountain Brook will.
Riley Pierce trying to make a move inside, picked up quickly by the Mountain Brook defense.
Things look like they're getting a little bit chippy. I believe Vestavia will be a man down. Getting 1:56 to go in the third period. Scores 11-4.
Penalty is an illegal body check by number 23 on Vestavia Hills. That will be 1 minute.
Mountain Brook will get the ball with a free clear, top of the box. A man-up offense. Looks like there'll be Archie Andrews, Evans Oliver, Charles Oliver, William Greer, Eli Bear, and I believe that's Roscoe Bear on the opposite, farthest away from us. Referees will look to blow the ball back in play. Vestavia pushes the Mountain Brook player out of bounds. Scramble for the ball.
Again, Vestavia just going to pass the ball around till they see what they're looking for.
Yep, looks like they've got
1 minute in the quarter.
1 minute left to go in the third period. Again, Vestavia is working that ball back from, looks like Riley has the ball back there just behind the goal at X. He will look to, Jack Donahue is engaged and kind of keep him away from the cage. Vestavia will look to start on the far side. You got Archie Andrews playing defense. Vestavia passes the ball back up the top of the box, and then they'll pass it back around to number 13, who gives it back up to number 7. About 15 seconds to go before they hear the horn. And Vestavia will looking to work for the last shot.
Vince Visser's making a move. Shot. That is just missed. Great save by Mountain Brook.
At the end of 3, Vestavia Hills 11 and Mountain Brook 4.
So at the end of 3, again, score is 11-4. They're going to be the last period of the for both teams for the year. As again, two good teams going at it tonight. I think the last last year's state championship game was played by both of these teams as well.
It certainly was. Great game last year.
Great game last year. Mountain Brook was able to pull it out there at the end, and then and keep Vestavia from scoring on a great play by Stutz Everett. I think he blocked it with his ankle.
I believe he did. It was a very exciting game.
Very exciting game, and again, these two teams right here tend to compete in this game here have competed for quite a few years, and so lots of good talent, lots of young talent on these teams, and but they're I'm sure that. And next year, as they approach next year, and then they'll look to build on what happens in this game right here, win or lose. They'll look to build on it and really try to make another run next year.
Yeah, and all the kids in the stands that are really, a lot of them look to be just starting out playing lacrosse and really getting to see good lacrosse being played. We're very lucky to have this much talent in town.
Yeah. I would agree. So again, it looks like we're going to swap sides. We swap sides. We'll reset the clock. Vaughn Frost is going to be in the middle, taking the face-off, blanketed by Harris and Baxley and William Greer for Mountain Brook. Looks like number 11 for Vestavia wins the face-off again. Vestavia pushes the ball back up, brings it up, and we'll get a touch inside the box, which they do. Working around the backside of X, up to number 12, Riley. And then back up to number 5, and then I think that's number 8 across the field. And again, number 7. Again, this is the fourth period, so we'll see how fast that clock runs for one team or how slow it runs for the other.
That's right. I guess one team's trying to slow it down, the other's trying to speed it up.
Looks like Vestavia will now look to run a play. Ball gets knocked around, and Stutz Everett picks it up. Pass it over to Jack Donahue. Jack will look to pass it back up to Stutz, who passes it over to Hayden Devanere. Long stick in his hand. We'll give it up to, I believe that's Roscoe Bear. William Greer has it at the top of the box, passes it over to Evans Oliver. And give it back to William Greer. We'll work it back towards X to Charles Oliver. William Greer takes that shot. Like I said, it goes right in front of the cage. It does go wide. Mountain Brook is closest, so they will retain possession. Ball gets deflected. Picked up by Evans Oliver. Takes a shot.
Mountain Brook will retain possession.
Roscoe Bear will bring it in.
Picked up by Cam Poe, number 24. Nice save by Vestavia goalie.
Yeah, Evans Oliver took that shot from about 15 yards. Vestavia will look to run.
Owen Bear shoot and score.
So with 8:54 to go in the game, Vestavia extends their lead once again, 12-4.
Moxley with the assist on that goal.
Braden Belsky for Vestavia taking face off.
And then you'll have referee calls timeout, not sure what for. All right, Braden Belsky, and then Truman Lee will be in for Mountain Brook.
Braden wins the face-off, gets it to Owen Bear, to Riley Pierce for a score.
So it's 13-4 with 8:47 to go in the fourth period. One more goal by Vestavia. It'll be a 10-run lead, and then that clock will run continuous. At least I think, I know it's the way they work it in the regular season. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure there's a difference in the playoffs. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see what happens. Vaughn Frost picks up the loose ground ball. Looks like we're going to get a penalty on Vestavia. So 13-5, 8:34 to go. See, I don't know if they're going to wave off that flag or not. Do not believe they will. So Mountain Brook will be a man up for.
Flashing call on number 11 for Vestavia Hills. That is 1 minute.
One minute for slashing on Vestavia.
We've got Owen Bear, number 1, taking the face-off for Vestavia.
Against Vaughn Frost for Mountain Brook. Mountain Brook wins the face-off. William Greer picks up the loose ground ball, passes it over to Evans Oliver. Mountain Brook will bring on their man-up offense. Take a shot. Shot looks like it goes high and outside. 8:10 to go, 13-5 Vestavia. Charles Oliver looked to make a pass. Ball was deflected, but he picks it back up. Ball goes back around to this side of the field. There's one of them loose ground balls. I'm not sure what the referee's going to call. Maybe a ward. Ball goes back to Vestavia. Eli Bear picks up the loose ground ball and had numbers. Took the shot himself and shoots and scores. Again, now it's 13-6, 7:26 to go in the fourth period. I think one of the teams called timeout.
Both teams will regroup here and figure out game plan for the rest of the game.
Yep. Again, good hustle by both teams as this fourth quarter. I'm sure they're each of them are doing whatever they can, leaving it all out on the field here. Again, this is the last game of the season. Then for many of those young men, you'll also have summer lacrosse, club lacrosse for the summer, where they'll get the opportunity to travel around the southeast, even up in the East Coast, and play against some different competition. It's especially, I think, the farther north you go, that competition is going to get a little bit tougher. And they'll hone their skills and, again, look back to come back and be more of a contributor for next year's team and get a little bit better. Again, referee will place that ball right there in the middle of the Buccaneer symbol, and we've got Vaughn Frost taking the face-off for Mountain Brook.
Looks like Brooke Belsky is back. Sorry, Braden Belsky is back to take the face-off.
Vestavia wins the face-off. Braden will get a touch inside the box, pass it back up to number. Ooh, ball is intercepted by
Not so fast.
Harrison Baxley. William Greer gets that shot off and bounces just a little bit over. Ball hits Evans Oliver took that shot. Ball hits him hits the goalie in the chest, bounces straight up in the air.
Timeout, Mountain Brook.
All right, Mountain Brook calls a timeout with 6:38 to go in the game. Again, Vestavia leads 13-6. Again, really exciting game here. Again, fans seem to be into it, cheering on their team, and lots of fans in the stands again. Again, pretty good venue out here at Hoover. I remember when the championship game used to be held at Birmingham Southern for several years. It's been held here at Hoover for the past couple. I think since the COVID hit, it's been hit. We've had it. Our GBYLA has had it here at Hoover Stadium. So again, a good venue. Allows the fans to walk around, space out just a little bit, but enjoy the game wherever they're sitting. Good seats. All right.
All right, both teams heading back to the field. To the delight of their fan bases, I may add.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, both of them are rooting on their fan bases and both other teams. Both fan bases are into it. Mountain Brook has the ball. Charles Oliver has it at X. Passes back up top of the box to Archie Andrews. Archie will give it over to William Greer. William passes it back to Charles Oliver, who shoots around the crease and makes a shot, but the goalie makes a very good save. Ball's going to go out of bounds, but I believe that Mountain Brook will go a man down.
Got a flag down here.
Yep.
penalty is on Mountain Brook's number 4, unnecessary roughness, 1 minute.
So 1 minute on William Greer. Mountain Brook will kind of try to collapse, bring that defense in a little bit tighter and keep Vestavia off the scoreboard as they look to continue this run of scoring a few goals here. See if it doesn't get away from them. Vestavia seems to be content to hold this ball for just a little bit until they either find the matchup they're looking for or just the right time in the clock.
Getting it back to Owen playing X. Riley Pierce getting the recovery.
Nice shot by Vestavia. Nice block by Stutz. A little ball moves around. Vestavia picks the ball back up. Mountain Brook is back at full strength. Truman Lee causes a turnover. Miller Brooks picks up the loose ground ball. He'll probably take this shot. And
Goal, Mountain Brook. Goal, Miller Brook.
13-7 with 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the game. Maybe a little too late the way things are looking right now. Of course, you never know.
You never know.
Nope. It happens fast, and
Braden Belsky heading back out to midfield, take face off.
yeah, against Vaughn Frost. Again, Vaughn Frost has been the mainstay here for Mountain Brook. Truman has relieved him just a little bit. Braden's doing a great job for Vestavia, though, winning those face-offs. Although Mountain Brook does win this one.
Owen Bear coming up with possession.
Vaughn Frost was getting triple teamed and threw that ball, and the ball, Vestavia comes in there and yanks it out of the air. Not sure, there's with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go.
Flag down.
Yeah, Vaughn Frost is going to get a penalty for probably unnecessary. He's going to be 1 minute more than likely. Mountain Brook will be a man down. Vaughn plays, I think he plays linebacker for the football team, so a little of that linebacker mentality coming into play there.
From the looks of it, I bet he's a good one.
He is, he does really well at that position.
Call was a check to the head on Mountain Brook number 13. That is 1 minute, unreleasable.
So Mountain Brook will be down for 1 minute. The penalty they're calling is non-releasable. They will look to play some defense on Vestavia, get the ball, and possibly, unless there's just a runaway, try to kill the penalty. And So it looks like with 3 minutes and probably 12 seconds to go, the 2 minutes and 12 seconds is when he'll be able to come back in. Even if Vestavia scores, he'll still Mountain Brook will still be a man down. Vestavia again continues to work that ball up across top of the box. There's about 15 seconds left in the Mountain Brook penalty. Mountain Brook comes back on the field, and both teams are at full strength right now. 2 minutes to go. Again, 13-7 lead for Vestavia. Vestavia looks to play keep away right now from the Mountain Brook team.
Just trying to melt that clock down.
Yep. Stutz comes out of goal to give a little assistance. Vestavia does a good job of avoiding the double team. Right at a minute left to go in this game. Again, Vestavia looks content to kill the clock and play keep away here. And
1 minute remaining.
all right, so Vestavia will get called for, not sure that penalty where they asked to keep them inside the box because they're up within a certain range, and then
you only have so long.
That's right.
To play catch, you've got to keep it in the box.
Referees halt the game.
40 seconds left.
Couldn't quite hear.
Sportsmanlike conduct by the Mountain Brook coaching staff. 1 minute penalty.
I haven't seen that one all year, but I'm not sure what the call was, or what the refs heard, or what was being said. But for those of you who did not hear that, the penalty is on the Mountain Brook coaching staff for 1 minute for unsportsmanlike, which will put Mountain Brook down for, again, 40 seconds to go in the game.
GBYLA asks that we please stay off of the turf until after the award ceremony has completed. Please stay off of the turf until the award ceremony has been completed.
So by all indications, I think that looks like the trophy this year will go over to Vestavia, where I'm sure they'll polish it up, make it look a little nice, and float that thing around the community and try to energize the younger guys, but also be proud of what they've won. And I think they'll go undefeated this season.
Yeah, undefeated season for them. They've had a great season, played a lot of great teams. Two great teams on the field tonight.
Yeah, Mountain Brook will look to regroup, and they lose a couple seniors. I think there's 3 seniors that will be gone this year. After this year, again, a young team that will look to regroup and pull things together, and again hope to be as competitive and be back in this game in 2024. They've had a good run with winning, I think, the past 3 or 4 state championships. So all good things must come to an end every once in a while, right? So Vestavia will earn a well-deserved victory in this game.
Ball comes back in bounds with 2-1. And there's the horn.
Score, Vestavia Hills 13 at Mountain Brook.
Again, congratulations to Vestavia. A well-deserved victory. State championship is theirs for the 2023 season. Mountain Brook played a great game, just not quite this year for their team. And again, they're competing against a very high caliber, highly talented team in Vestavia. But they will regroup. Look to come back next year, and hopefully, if we're fortunate enough to see these two teams back in here, I'm sure it'll be a great game again.
Well, if history repeats itself, I think we may be in the same spot next year.
Same spot next year. But everybody, like I said,
two great programs.
Yep. Thankful for those fans that came out. Thankful for those that were listening. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Everyone be safe. Have an enjoyable, safe summer, and hopefully we'll get the opportunity to play again soon. You guys take care and be safe. Have a good night.
At this time, please recognize our 2023 runner-up state champion, Mountain Brook Spartans. And now, your 2023 state champion, Vestavia Hills Rebels. Fans, you are now welcome to go out onto the field and take pictures. Thank you.